Hello, I went to Midwest Fur Fest 2023. This video will serve as documentation, and following videos regarding merch unboxing will serve as further documentation to my experience at the event and all the crazy cool and wild shit I bought while I was there. Let's get into it. Midwest Fur Fest 2023 took place at the Donald E. Stevens Convention Center in Rosemont, Illinois, one of Chicago's 5 gorillion suburbs. It ran from 3 p.m. Thursday, November 30th through Sunday, December 3rd, whenever all the parties stopped. I don't know. Seeing as this was my first ever furry convention, period, I was easily convinced to drop $190 goddamn on the sponsor level badge by my good friend. Sponsor badge pickup time began at 3 p.m. on the 30th, and in order to inconvenience myself as much as possible, I made sure that I was an hour and a half late. Fortunately, spending a shit ton of money on the sponsor level badge also meant that I got sponsor level privileges, so I could skip some of the lines, including the giant ass line for the rabble to get their badges, and then I went straight over to get the sponsor goodie bag.
Tampon down.
Tampon down.
The goodie bag included a challenge coin, which apparently is like a military thing, I guess, but it was pretty cool looking. It was really nice quality. I got my little sponsor sticker that I can put on my badge. I got a pronouns one as well, which is cool. They were just giving those out to everybody. Big fan of that. I got this little Midwest Fur Fest enamel pin on it with a little raccoon. Let's see, they had autism awareness cards, which I picked up just because it's good for everybody. These were excellent for color communication, basically, like green if you want to be talked to, red if you don't want people to talk to you, and yellow if you only want to be approached by people that you know or in spaces that you're comfortable with. And then we got a little ticket to the sponsor brunch as well. The bag also came with a cool lanyard, which was extra special compared to the normal plebeian lanyard that they give out to everybody. This was the sponsor only one. I really liked the design on it. And then I also got a stretchy wristband, which was really cool. Not like the silicone bracelet style. I actually really liked this one quite a lot. They also were supposed to get us a beanie, I believe, but they didn't have them delivered in time, so they put that little paper in there to let us know they'd get them to us later if they could. And then we got this cool shirt as well, and they asked us what shirt size we were when we got there, so everybody got the right shirt size. And then I picked this up on the ground. And I also picked this up on the ground. People will just leave stuff, apparently. So this is what my badge looked like at the start of the con. And by the end, we ended up here. Added quite a number more of accessories to it. The bulk of the convention didn't start until Friday, really, but there were still things going on Thursday, like the Thursday night dance, so we decided to check that out. And there were some people there doing some pretty cool shit with, like, glow stick nunchucks. Either way, cool as fuck, super awesome that people were just having fun with it.
No, not the
Friday kicked off with the opening ceremony, which had sort of welcome info, basic programming stuff about what was going on at the con, info about the charity for this year. The instant the opening ceremony ended, we got up and we headed straight to the dealer's den. It was not open yet, and the line was already fucking huge. We got there with like 40 minutes left to wait, and it was still enormous, including getting in the special sponsor line. But if you want the good shit before it all sells out, you go to the dealer's den early and you sit there and you wait in line.
That's so cool. That is cool as shit.
The dealer's den was out of this world. It was insane, amazing, huge, so much stuff. It was easily the biggest space in the convention by far.
Buy 2 boxes, get a free plush.
Oh, well, we can do that.
I saw stuff ranging from hand-carved wooden animals to horny body pillows to horny hand-carved wooden animals. It genuinely took me a couple hours to do a loop of the entire dealer's den to see everything. Now, of course, this is a furry convention, So you bet your fucking sweet ass that there is an adult-only section. You go in, you check that out, what do you see? You see Bad Dragon with the biggest line in the entire adult annex. You see a bunch of people being openly horny, and you also see a bunch of niche fetishes with a surprisingly large amount of traffic. One of the adult annex vendors had this box set up called the Holy Goat that you could pay, I think, $5 to reach into and get a little prize. I did not do it, but that is extremely funny.
Bad Dragon brought the military grade fucking utility crates for all their shit.
With my first lap of the dealer's den complete and about 340 of my hard-earned dollars disappeared through my own insane hands, we moved on from there to see Citrine the Husky in concert. Citrine is a very talented blind musician, and I mean, it was an insane show. We didn't stay for very long, but he was really fucking good. He's a great singer, great songwriter. He just played an acoustic guitar for that set for the time that we were there, but it was really good. Our next stop was Fursuit The Price Is Right, which was entertaining, but all it was they just had a projector set up with like a simple Price Is Right program attached to it, and that was really it. I kind of wish that they had a little more depth to it than that, but it was still entertaining. We stopped by the Artist Alley before it closed, just to take a sweep through and see what we could find there. Then we got dinner at this place in Chicago called Bub City, which is an extremely funny name for a restaurant, but it was really good fucking food. After dinner, we went to the Ultimate Yiff Quiz, which, if you know, you know, and we wanted to see if my friend could podium with his unstoppable horny knowledge. Unfortunately, no podium for him. Somehow, I did get 74th out of 299 contestants. By mostly guessing. Yeah, we'll go with mostly guessing. I don't have any footage of the 18 and up panels because I'm pretty sure that you're not allowed to record in those, and I was just gonna play it safe anyway. So after that, we skipped the Friday night dance and just retired to our hotel rooms to chill, because rumor had it that Saturday night dance is when the shit really pops off and everybody's going fucking wild. Sponsor brunch was up first, which started at like 9:30 in the fucking morning, which seems kind of early to call it brunch, but whatever. We got there ASAP because we wanted to go to a panel right after eating. That panel happened to be Doc Wildlife's So You Want to Work with Animals panel. This wasn't really for me, but it was still very fun and informative. We tried to go to the panel that was something along the lines of how cartoons made all of us furries, but it was way too small of a room. They had the Sketch app set up so you could organize what you wanted to go see and all this shit. So there were like 280 people who wanted to go see this fucking panel or something, and it was in this like 20 by 20 fucking conference room. It was absolutely the smallest shit on the planet. Comically silly mistake on whoever planned room organization's part. There was literally no room to get in. People were sitting on the floor. People were sitting outside of the door to try to listen to it. We checked out the arcade after that, which con staff had just set up for anybody who was attending to play for free, which was super awesome. Then we hit the dealer's den for a second round, and I spent a lot of money, but a lot less money than I spent the first day. The next place we went was back to the main ballroom to see this group called the Neo-Futurists perform what they called the Infinite Wrench. There was like 30 original plays that they wrote, and they wanted to try to get all of them done in 60 minutes. It was really entertaining. It was one of my favorite things I went to, if not my favorite. A lot of them were funny. Some of them were like kind of emotional, heartfelt, and they were all, of course, super short because they're trying to squeeze them into 60 minutes. But it was really entertaining. After that, we went to a panel called Fandom Horror Stories, which we were under the impression was going to be like current and former event staff talking about horrors they had seen being staff members for the furry fandom at different conventions, but it was just other attendees telling their stories about horrible things they had seen at conventions they had been to, which was very hit or miss. Some of them were really funny and some of them were exceptionally boring and not that like horrific or anything. So we listened to a few of those and then we bailed to go see Not Safe for Work Improv Dungeons and Dragons. NSFW Improv D&D was also one of my top favorite panels slash events, whatever you want to call it, that I went to. It was really funny. The DM did such a good job of being able to just like respond quickly and riff off of whatever the players just came up with on the spot. My one gripe was it was also in a room that was way too small. We were actually able to get in this time at least, though we did have to sit on the floor, like on the sides, in order to be able to stay and listen comfortably. The Saturday night dance was insanely hype. People were going wild, people were performing little light shows around the dance floor, like the yo-yo and the nunchucks people that I'd seen previously. Someone had a Buster sword in the pit. I don't know if it was foam or if it was like a real heavy replica, but they were fucking good with it. People did a push-up contest waiting for the beat to drop, which was really funny. Someone had a giant unicorn plushie that they were just carrying above their head and bouncing up and down to the beat with. There were some condoms that got inflated with air like balloons and just bounced around in the crowd. That was super funny. It was just some like top tier, like truly furry hype shit, but really, really fun. That was also one of my favorite events that I went to the whole convention. Sunday kicked off with me sleeping in until 12:25 fucking p.m. like God's eepiest little soldier, resulting in me making my entire group late to go see the Furry dance competition. Thankfully, it was in the ballroom, so they had the big screens up, and they were showing the dancers from there because we were stuck sitting on the floor. We did a quick swing back to Artist Alley after that, right before it closed, because everything was starting to wrap up, and then right after that we went to the closing ceremony. It's me. I'm editing the video right now, and I totally forgot to talk about the escape room that we went to. They had an escape room set up in the convention by Furlogic. I did that with my crew, and then we got placed with another group of people. We were the last people to get to try the escape room before they closed for the end of the con, and it was super fun. I had never done an escape room before, so it was really cool to be able to stand around and do almost nothing the entire time because I've never done an escape room before, and we managed to complete it. We had 6 minutes and 36 seconds left, and then we got a picture. Look at me doing a Yu-Gi-Oh villain pose with those fucking cards in my hand. I look like an idiot. But yeah, it was awesome. It was really fun. Great first escape room experience. Also, I lost some of the voiceover footage for the next like 2 minutes of the video. I don't know where it is, so just enjoy some clips of the dance competition and some random pictures of shit that I saw around the con. The closing ceremony involved a lot of thank yous from the people who organized the event down to all the staff members and volunteers, as well as the attendees for the event, in which they also announced that they had broken their record for attendance this year, bringing in 15,546 attendees, I believe, crushing their previous record of 13,000 something. I'm also pretty sure that makes Midwest Fur Fest 2023 the largest furry convention in the history of the world. They also announced the total amount of money raised for the charity at the event this year, which after donations from event organizers, the con itself, some businesses involved, and of course all the donations from the attendees, totaled over $170,000 raised for charity. I believe that was also a new record for the con as well. The only remaining event at that point really is what's called the Dead Dog Dance, which is the final dance of the convention, where they have a big party in the main ballroom like the previous night dances, but everybody sort of slowly and sadly files out to return to their hotel rooms and go home because the con is, well, basically over. So we passed on the dance that evening because we didn't feel like being slowly more and more sad, and we went back to the hotel room. So that was MFF 2023. It was one of the coolest events I've ever been to, unironically. 10 out of 10, would go again, would buy sponsor badge again. Genuinely, my only complaint was panel room size organization, which I imagine is kind of challenging to change like last minute. I would just hope that there's a better way to figure out how to organize that, because it was really frustrating trying to go to a panel where the room can only seat like 50 people and 250 people are trying to go see that panel, or you go to a panel where you can fit 200 or 300 people in the room and there's like 40. Obviously there's only so much you can do, but it would be cool if they could sort of make last minute changes, or like changes a little bit up to the schedule. Obviously that can confuse like guests too and shit who are trying to go see panels when suddenly like the room that it's going to be in changes last minute and they didn't realize it. But it would also allow for more people to be able to attend all of the panels that they want to see in a reasonable fashion. I know people joke about big conventions being line con. I think the longest line we waited in was the Dealer's Den when it first opened. That was like 45 minutes, which is like nothing. It was really reasonable. Otherwise it was like, 15 minutes here, 20 minutes there, whatever, and it was just a few other places where we had to wait. So they did a great job of like organizing and make sure everything was going efficiently, which was super cool. MFF 2023 was probably, by statistics and experience, from what I've heard other people say who attended, the greatest furry convention to ever happen in the history of mankind so far, which is a really funny thing to say, and also an even funnier thing to say that I got to go to. So if anybody who's watching has never been to a furry convention and you're even like remotely interested, just go. You don't have to get the expensive sponsor badge or anything. Just get like a day pass, go to one of the days and just experience it. Check out the vendors, buy some cool stuff. It's not all horny. It was genuinely just a really fun experience. Like, there's something there for everybody, no matter how into the fandom or out of the fandom you are. I feel like I covered everything that I wanted to cover for this video. Please stay tuned for the merch unboxing follow-up to this. I bought so much shit. It's like an embarrassing amount of money that I spent at this convention. Yeah, I guess that's it. I think I covered everything. Bye, thank you for watching. The person whose artwork is my multiple desktop backgrounds is called Neo Theta, so shout out to them. I just found your shit on Fur Affinity and I slapped it on my computer.